Check this out. I was hanging out at the comic book store, Backdate Magazine, when it was on 23rd Street under the Chelsea Hotel. See, some of us had a TV show on PBS Channel 31. The show was called Comics Fantasy Forum. I was a director and the producer, and, well, I was one of the producers, but anyway. We were discussing potential guests and topics when someone mentioned that they saw this Hong Kong film with a black martial artist featured in it. I immediately said that it was Master Ron Van Cleef, but they said no. This guy was a lot smaller and had a different persona. They also said that he held his own with the choreography, and other than he was black, you couldn't distinguish his fighting from any of the other fighters and stuntmen. And also in the movie was one of those actors that they were trying to push as another Bruce Lee. I think it might have been Bruce Lai or Lei or however you pronounce his name. Well, then the thought was that maybe we should use as a topic martial art movies. But the problem was getting guests, since we were an extremely low budget TV show operating out of basically a public access studio in Manhattan. So that idea was put aside for the time being. In those days, Channel 5 aired, I think it was called Drive-In Movie, and they played Kung Fu movies. And as luck would have it, they aired another film with this black Kung Fu actor in it. Now, I was fascinated because at that time, outside of Master Ron Van Cleef, you didn't see black guys fighting alongside the other Hong Kong actors in these films. But there he was. His name was Carl Scott. And like Ron Van Cleef, he was never really the lead in those movies. But he was not the first one to get killed or get the schnoogies beaten out of him. You know what I mean? In real life, he was a student of Sijo Steve Muhammad, and I heard that he had also trained in a few Kung Fu systems as well. Oh yeah. I also heard that the producers had to speak to his mother, and then she needed assurance that they would have him back in the States in time for him to return for either his sophomore or junior year in high school. He was like 15 or 16 years old when he started his film career in the 1970s. Carl Scott kind of made a huge impression on me because here was a black man, a black martial artist, doing his thing alongside the other Chinese, Korean actors and stuntmen. And he was doing it in Asia. And he looked good doing it. Quiet as it's kept, I wondered why he didn't have a career here in the U.S. I can only guess and make some speculations. Hopefully I'll be able to find out. In any case, this was Sifu Carl Scott, a warrior of bronze and fire.